Feck off. You're joking. No way. No way. No way. Ah, Jesus Christ!
So after that absolute load of fucking shit, we went to saw some inspiration. I travelled to YouTube and found the absolute inspiration I need and thought to myself, hey, why don't I get some fucking couple of €100 worth of whiskey, knock back a few bottles, and see what sort of fucking novel I can put out. So I got the pen and notepad out and started lashing the drink back and scribbling. And the results, well, the results were as follows. Yeah, it did exactly go to fucking plan though, did it? You fucking legend, Jordan. Everybody subscribe. The man's a fucking gent. So I was cleaning the old DVD rack and then I came across something I never thought I'd ever see again. Jesus Christ.
I sense something, a presence I've not felt since.
It was shy. It was shy when I was 14, it was shy now. This Wolverine looking bleeding motherfucker bleeding absolute licked her like he was fucking digging the bleeding joint and she literally lied there and didn't even so much as fucking mouse fart. Absolutely brutal. These other airhead arsehole fucking managed to fucking bleed and do a few fucking moans on the he and a ha and a ooh and actually made his fucking blur more. Fair play to your rage, you fucking legend, you. Anyway, so it got me thinking. Do you remember that absolute fucking brutal film called House of Wax? Oh, I sure as hell remember it. I remember it in 2005 I brought this pretty little bleeding brunette. And by the time the fucking credits came, the fingers went in dry, and by Jesus, they came out like a fucking chlorine hand out of a bleeding swimming pool. Anyway, DJ, play that beat. So since Warner Brothers want to be absolute fucking arseholes, I went and fucking recorded this entire fucking bleeding film, spent ages cutting it down, getting all the right bits and doing the proper right narration, the right curse words and the right slaggings. 5 attempts to get it up on YouTube, and Warner Brothers are just having no fucking none of it. They're having fucking none of it. So here we are having to use absolute dirt fucking bleeding trailers without actually seeing anything fucking decent. Now that's a lie. There's actually no fucking decent shit in this fucking film. Jesus Christ. You get to see bleeding Paris Hilton half fucking naked and that's about bleeding it. So this thing stars a bunch of early 2000 superstars from shows. We have Elijah Cooper, Chad Michael Murray, my god. Remember that bleeding fella? He thought he was gonna be a bleeding something. God bless you, Chad. Yeah, bleeding legend. Yeah. Brian Van Holt, Paris Hilton, the big bleeding flank. Gerard Pantancanelli, I'm sorry if I butchered that name, John Abrams and Robert DeChirio or whatever the fuck your bleeding name is. Anyway, they all play Carly, Nick, Wade, Paige, Blake, and Dalton. They're all on their way to a football game in Louisiana. The night before the game, they decide to camp out in the field, and a stranger comes along in a pickup truck. When he leaves after Nick smashes his headlights, who's One Tree Hill, the next morning Wade discovers that his car's fan belt has been broken and Carly falls into a pit of rotten carcasses because Paris Hilton doesn't know how to fucking save somebody. After rescuing her because Paris Hilton didn't want to get fucking bleeding dirty, but yes, she's able to bleeding start in the fucking worst, most boring fucking porno ever to bleeding be put to film. Anyway, after she's been bleeding rescued, the group meet Lester, who's a bleeding mad old fucker redneck who just bleeding appears and shows off his fucking mannequin doll that he bleeding lost his virginity to. That's not really said in the film, but that's exactly what fucking happened. We all know that one. Anyway, he decides to drive Carly and Wade to the nearby town of Ambrose for a new fan belt while the rest head to the football game. What a bunch of fucking wankers, honestly. Like, what a bunch of fucking wankers. Like, fuck yous. Bleeding, leaving his bleeding friends in the arse middle of fucking nowhere with some fucking random hillbilly. Anyway, Carly and Wade arrive in Ambrose, which is virtually a ghost town. At the local church, they find the funeral in progress. They meet Bo, who offers to sell them a fan belt after the funeral. While waiting, they visit the Trudy's House of Wax, a wax museum. This fucking museum of wax is made completely and utterly entirely out of wax. The walls, the roof, the fucking dildos, the fucking lot, everything is made out of complete bleeding wax. It's the central feature of town. Who gives a bollocks? Anyway, they follow fucking Bo up to his bleeding gaff to get this bleeding fan belt. Where Bo's bleeding brother is fucking down in the bleeding basement. He wears a fucking wax cover to bleeding cover his little fucking discrimination from when him and the other fella were bleeding twins. They were joined to the fucking face. Anyway, Wade is fucking floating around in the bleeding gaff and then bleeding gets sliced up by fucking Vincent and then gets knocked unconscious. Harley notices that Bo's truck has a broken headlight and then realises this is the fucking cunt that was bleeding at the campsite last night. So Bo abducts Carly, restraining her in a fucking gas station. And then fucking bleeding, putting her bleeding lips shut with fucking super glue. Jesus fucking Christ, pal. Anyway, Vincent covers Wade's body with complete wax, but before he can do that, he fucking bleeding vajazzles his entire bleeding body, gives him a nice little washing and moisturising before he can bleed and do this. What a fucking way to go. Supernatural, you fucking bleeding legend, pal. You'll be gone with your bleeding ghost now, you fucking waxy bastard. You. Anyway, so the other bleeding four decide to bleed and turn around because they are knee deep in traffic and there's absolutely no way they're gonna make it through. So they turn around and go back to the campsite. Nick and Dalton decide to go look for bleeding Carly and wait in the fucking town. When Carly tries to lick out of a fucking gutter, because well, One Tree Hill there is at the fucking bleeding he's at the fucking gas station bleeding talking about, oh yeah, where's my sister pal and all, and she's fucking downstairs in the fucking basement. She sticks her hand up and fucking Bo cops her and then tries to pretend to do his lace when the other fella doesn't realise and chops her fucking finger off. It's fucking mad looking. But she decides to tear apart her lips that were glued and screams for help. And Nick gives a 1-2 to your man, but for some reason doesn't fucking capitalise. He gives him a nice 1-2 Muhammad Ali cha-cha and doesn't like fucking jumping your man around. He fucking runs around. Anyway, the old fucking other fella Dalton finds bleeding Wade sitting on a fucking piano, but doesn't realise the chap's fucking bleeding a wax fella. And then he realises he's fucking bleeding can't move, so the old fella tries to bleed and free him and by peeling off the wax, but doesn't realise he's removing the fucking skin as well. And he's like, oh, here, I'll fucking help you, I'll get you out. But the chap is still fucking bleeding, peeling the fucking skin away, like it's so fucking weird. Anyway, fucking Vincent is hiding and tries to bleed and ambush him and tries to bleed and swing a fucking knife, but he slashes a section of Wade's face off and he dies sitting there in wax. He fucking chases down and corners and decapitates and chops the fucking head off Dalton. You fucking pointless cunt. Anyway, Carly and Nick realise that the wax figures are all actually real people. Visitors who were lured to the town, and the other fellas just cut them and decide to make them all wax. What? Why? Like, I know some people can be fucking weird and all, but why? Like, what's the point? Like, I know Vincent has his little fucking wax fetish and all that bleeding shit, and the old bowl fella likes fucking raping and murdering the fucking bleeding women and all, like, but I don't fucking know. Some people are bleeding weird. What's with fucking hillbillies? Anyway, so Bo had been manipulating Vincent into murdering people to make all the wax figures. So we're supposed to feel sorry for the fucking deformed two-faced arsehole just because his brother said, yeah, we have to kill all these people and all that, blah, blah, blah. That's me fucking bollocks. It's the same bollocks of fucking Disney are trying to pull with their bleeding characters these days. Anyway, Vincent kills fucking Blake at the campsite while he was getting a fucking lovely elf fucking lap dance by Paris Hilton. And then Paris Hilton decides, as she just made this poor bastard absolutely aroused and horny, and he wants to fucking go balls deep in her. She's like, I have to talk to you. You fucking seriously? Like, you're just at the making the poor chap horny as bleeding fuck, and now you wanna bleeding talk? What sort of a fucking bored are you? Anyway, Vincent fucking kills him anyway, and then Paris goes fucking running all the bleeding way wherever she fucking goes, and then he fucking flings a pole right through her bleeding face. She's used to getting pulled and not fucking moaning about it, so it's perfectly alright. It suits this situation perfectly. You are fucking shy. Stop acting. So Bo and fucking Vincent start chasing the bleeding other two then through the old house, and they end up down in the basement where they find the poor unfortunate other arsehole fucking completely engulfed in wax. Dale Vincent has a little battle with fucking One Tree Hill, and One Tree Hill again has him dead to rights at one scene, but does not fucking capitalize. Instead, he wants to pour wax all over the floor, causing a big gigantic fucking fire. They fucking leg it off, and the bleeding other fella bleeding comes up, fucking bleeding, having a scrap. So now One Tree Hill has to fight the other brother, and then he gets a knife into the fucking bleeding leg. He goes down, and then the girl next door comes along with a baseball bat and absolutely fucking wrecks him. The old fucking two-faced fucking ugly cunt fucking comes along and says what they'll have been chasing her up the stairs while there's a big fucking fire going on. The whole bleeding place is melted because everything's made out of wax. She fucking distracts him while the bleeding brother comes along and fucking has a little scrap with him. Then she rips the fucking knife out of fucking her brother and sticks a knife deep inside the other fucking asshole, and then he falls down through the house that's melting, and then the other two claw their way out of the fucking house. Jesus fucking Christ, you couldn't make this fucking show up. Anyway, all of these fucking coppers, hundreds of them, somehow were able to get to this town that nobody else was able to fucking get to miraculously. They said they could only see the whole fucking place because the fucking fire. We saw the fire. That's the only way we fucking saw. Is he is happy we're here? Why you useless fucking bastard? Anyway, they get a fucking report that the other fucking there was another brother. Shockingly, it was the fucking fella that they found with the fucking mannequin doll hand. This was supposed to be a big fucking deal somehow. I was supposed to believe that this fella was leading people to the fucking yoke and all. There's no, who gives a fucking bollocks? Anyway, fuck you, Warner Brothers. He's absolute fucking arseholes bleeding. I wanted to do a fucking proper bleeding review of this thing. 5 times tried to put it up, cut it down loads of fucking times, and you still weren't happy. Fuck you, Warner Brothers. Fucking arseholes. Anyway, sub fucking subscribe. And I'll see yous after, yous little beauts, yeah. Also, just for fucking today, I'm an Italian fan. Come on, fucking Italy. Don't let that fucking English bleeding team fucking win. We don't have a problem with fucking bleeding English people or anything like that, and especially our women. Some of your women's are absolutely beautiful. Oh, Jesus Christ. But I'm fucking Irish. The rivalry still stands. Come on, Italy. I'll fucking eat loads of fucking spaghetti and fucking bolognese and lasagna if you beat these fucking cunts. Anyway, see you after, yes, little beauties.